Chicago at the link.
Right.
They coming in, and yeah, we need to do what we need to do to bust their ass.
Yep.
It's simple as that. The team know what they need to do. The coaches know what they need to do. They just need to go ahead on and do it. Stop making all these excuses. Why you can't do this? Why you can't do that? All the, Saquon ain't doing what he did last year. Who cares? The team is different than it was last year. The offensive line is different. The scheme is somewhat different. You got Jalen, 10 years in a row, different offensive coordinator. You know how much intelligence it takes to be able to make those adjustments every year to a new guy in your ear? That shit is not easy. When you have all these other quarterbacks, they had these old offensive coordinators that been on the team for 5, 10, 12 years. They got the same guy in their ear. That makes a difference. So hopefully like I said, we can get it together and do what we need to do. Nah, we don't need to fire the offensive coordinator. Nah, we don't need to fire the head coach. Nah, we don't need to fire nobody. We just need to get in the room, put our heads together, and come out like we did last year and bust that you know what. It's
It's like I
simple as
told,
that.
yeah, like I told you earlier, I don't think they need to get rid of the offensive coordinator, but I do think the offensive coordinator contribute to the problem. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I believe, this is his first year. He's learning on the job.
Mhm.
And I think next year he'll be a better offensive coordinator. I don't think they should get rid of him. Give him another year. Because you got to think about it. If we win this year and we do well next year and he's our offensive coordinator, Jalen gonna get another offensive coordinator because somebody gonna hire him as a coach.
See,
So
they
he
already
might
talking about him. People looking at him to be their head coach already.
I know, probably so. You know, so I say all that to say is that, but it's going to be a good game this week. I mean, we just, I believe that we can play, our style of football on Friday.
Well, short turnaround, short week. They said Devontae
Well,
Smith is banged up. I don't think he practiced today, and he ain't practiced yesterday either. So, he's a question mark. You already know Makuba, he's out, but
he's
they
out.
didn't put a timeline on when he was able to come back or when he'll be able to come back. So, uh, who else? You got Dory Jackson. I think he got banged up in that game. You already know Lane, he out. So,
Right,
man, we got injuries, but can't make excuses because shit, everybody got injuries.
right.
We just got to play with the team we got.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know,
sure, for sure.
we'll be good. We just got to go out there and play our style of ball. I
Hmm.
just think the Eagles just need to go out there and play and stop worrying about what people say and caring about.
Yeah.
AJ got his targets, Devontae got his targets. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there and play. We got enough talent on our team. I'm
Hmm.
not really concerned about the Eagles.
Right.
I truly believe we can push forward and do the things that we need to do to
Hmm.
win this game. And get some rest and come back. Um, you know, come back rested because that it give us about what 10 days off or 9 days off or something like
Hmm.
that. Because we play on Monday night against the Chargers, so
Right.
that give us about 10 days rest.
Hmm.
So we should be good. I mean, I'm not concerned.
Everybody need to relax, man.
I
Everybody
think
need
most,
to relax.
but you got to understand, like we said plenty of time before, people can't relax because this it's almost like we give them something to talk about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? You
Yeah.
just need to just calm down and understand it is what it is and keep it moving and just play our style of football. We'd be all
So,
right. I mean I'm not tripping off of it.
so you think they wishing for our demise? Because that's how I feel. Because it seemed like when the Eagles lose, it seemed like the whole world happy. I mean,
But
social
you know,
media
the thing about
blowing
it
up.
is,
They was blowing
yeah,
up when we lost. I mean, when I'm
oh,
talking about, you got people from different teams. You know, the Eagles, I knew they was trash. I mean, I don't listen to it. I seen it,
I
but
don't think they believed it was trash.
don't really care about it. You know, because I know we're gonna go back to the Super Bowl, and I know we're gonna win it. That's how confident I am. I know a lot of people not confident because of the offensive coordinator, but he done already showed you glimpses of what he can be, and he's gonna put it together. Now, at what point? Hey, if I had a crystal ball and could look into the future, I would tell you. But I'm just confident that it's going to happen.
I don't think it's I don't think it's not together. It's fragmented. And I know that means the same thing. Fragmented means not together. But what I mean by this, all the pieces are there.
Right.
And you just got to bring them together. It's like a puzzle. They all on the board. We just got to bring all the pieces together.
Right. And we will. We will. We got 6 games, 6 left. They all winnable games. Now, last year, remember, we went 2-2. We came out of the bye. We won the next 16 out of 17 to include the Super Bowl. So I feel like we can do it again. We can. Do I want home field advantage? Of course. Everybody does. You get to play at home. But do it matter? In some cases, no. Depends on the team. Some teams need it. Some teams don't. Because even though Detroit got it last year, they lost. They lost at home. So again, I don't think it matters to the Eagles. They just want to get in where they fit in and do what they need to do once they in.
Yeah, that's what matters the most.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't tripping off of that. We just
Mm-hmm.
can go out there and play. I mean,
Yep.
you know, talking about all these people upset that the Eagles lost. I mean, happy the Eagles lost. If you look at most of the people on TV, them talking heads, the teams that they root for are some cut,
They
not even good.
bums.
So you
They
got to
bums.
understand. I listen to Greeny all the time. You know, he be talking so much, and I'm like, dude, your team is the Jets. The Jets. You
Greeny
know
a
what I'm trying
hater,
to
bro.
say?
He a
A
hater.
high school team can beat them. Definitely, a
Mm-hmm.
college team will blow them out. I mean, I'm like, dude, it's the Jets.
Yeah,
So
Greeny a
I mean,
hater.
you know, I think we just got to go out there and play. You know, play our
Yeah.
game. Understand it is what it is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and stop. I think last week. So you know what everybody's forgetting. Everybody's forgetting. Last week, the whole week of preparation last week, up to the Dallas game, it was talk about everything else that had nothing to do with football on the field. It was about Jalen is not a leader. Jalen
Mm-hmm.
is not this. They
Mm-hmm.
spend most of their time answering stupid questions that had, I mean, it was so much distraction last week. And I think it was done intentionally
Of
just to
course.
throw them off their game.
Absolutely.
That's what nobody's talking about.
That's what they
Nobody's
do.
paying. They did that. And you got to think about it is if I have you focusing on something else other than football, you know, is Jalen a leader? Um, I think AJ came out and said, if I'm not the same player, Barkley, that means Barkley's not either too. And I
Yeah.
mean, it just, and then that grew legs. It was so much distraction last week
Mm-hmm.
that it was terrible. So
You,
now this week is about football. And I think they had calmed down and they had run it because I think they learned their lesson. They're not going to let outside noise distract them anymore. That was a distraction last week.
mm-hmm.
The whole week was about, you know, and Derek Gunn and Steph Joint, they started all of that crap because what they was trying to do was they was trying to elevate their podcast. They was trying to have, you know, they was trying to have
What to
a
get
Shannon
viewership?
Sharp. Yeah, they was trying to have a Shannon Sharp moment where they just blew up. Think about how many people came through their podcast, how many people tune into them. Want to listen what they said. I even seen Steph on other people's shows and stuff like that. Talking about I'm a truth teller and I'm this teller, I'm that teller. Dude, you outside of the camp. You outside of the Eagles organization.
You think he's salty because he's outside?
No, I don't think he's salty. I'm thinking he's trying to make himself important.
Relevant?
Think about, look, not relevant, more viewers, all of that stuff. It was a ploy. And I'm not saying, and like I said last week, everybody have issues. But I truly think they created all of that. And that's what the Eagles, every time they had to step up in front of a mic, that's what they was talking about. We won't allow that to happen anymore. I'm glad it happened now.
Right.
Because the next time it happened, we're not going down that rabbit hole.
Right.
That's what it was. See, nobody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about, oh, Jalen did the Eagle claps. They didn't understand how much last week was a distraction.
Well, they not talk about that. They want that stuff to be distracted.
No. What I'm saying is, and the problem is, football players didn't even bring that to nobody's attention. And you had to hit it on the ball perspective because these guys played the game. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
They got, but nobody's talking about that. That distraction, and every time, the whole 53-man roster, the coaches, everybody had to answer them questions. Everyone, the whole week.
And they still answering them questions. Believe it or not.
Yeah. I haven't been watching anything this week.
Yeah.
But
it's the Petulo questions, man. The Petulo.
I mean, they're just switching it up. But what I'm saying is, I think the Eagles learned their lesson. It was a distraction. That's why you had so many penalties. That's why you had all of that, because they wasn't focused. They wasn't focused. They was answering stupid questions all week. This week, only questions we're going to ask is, how we going to put belt to ass? That's it. That's it. And then we done. We done with all of that. And I'm glad it happened early in the season now. We got it out of the way.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? AJ should be happy. He got 100 targets. You know what I'm trying to say? We lost the game, but I think we truly lost and wasn't focused. That having 11 penalties or whatever you said we have, because I didn't watch the game.
14 for 96.
Yeah, 14 penalties.
That's crazy.
That's
discipline.
because lack of focus. That's not discipline.
Absolutely.
It wasn't disciplined. So
you got to be you got to be disciplined in order to stay focused. You have to be. They go hand in hand.
Well, I think they do, but see, to me, focus comes first, because when you focus, then you pay attention to detail, and paying attention to detail is really similar to, you know what I'm trying to say, being
I just said they go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do. I know what you said. I wasn't disputing what you said.
Yeah.
I was just saying, because they had the lack of focus, that they couldn't truly go discipline. They wasn't disciplined because they was thinking about other stuff. It's just, and they can't let these media people take them down that rabbit hole. They just can't.
And that's their jobs. That's their jobs to do that. They looking for drama. And like we talked in, some previous pods, if there's no drama, trust and believe they're going to create the drama. They're going to say some things that's not true, and stuff like that go viral because of who it's coming from. So we just need to, steady this shit, keep it just moving, straight. Not over this way, not left, not right, straight. And we'll be fine.
All this stuff is building character.
I believe that.
We'll learn from all of this. I'm not really,
hair not on fire, bro.
Just having this conversation kind of gave me some clarity to, make me think clear, because we good.
Yeah, most definitely.
We good.
Most definitely. There's no panic over here. None whatsoever. And there's no panic in that facility. None.
Even
because they already know their end game. They know what they're going to do.
Right. Even if they lose one more game,
Don't even matter. It's
that's
regular
still
season.
14-3. Still 14 and
Well, we lose
no,
one more, it'd be
yeah,
13-4 if
13
if
and
we win
4.
them all
13
out.
and,
But
yeah, 13 and 4. Yeah.
at the end of the day, the Eagles just want to get in. And once they get in, they're gonna create havoc on this league. Because I know a lot of people thinking that, the offense is jacked up. Me, I I really think they're not showing what they're capable of doing for 4 quarters yet. I think that run game getting ready to turn around. I truly believe that. I truly believe they're gonna have Tank and Saquon run roughshod on the rest of these squads, man. I could see it. Because they put Tank in for a carry or two, and then he don't see no more run. And when he runs, he's getting 8 or 9 yards a pop. So the question is, why would you leave that on the bench? Why? Because they're not ready to run them yet. Man, the Eagles getting ready to unleash something on these cats, man. I just feel it. And I can't wait to see it because it's coming. It's coming to a stadium near you real soon.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. That's why I ain't want to go into all these stats. Yeah, I got plenty of stats. But why? Everybody else done that. So we just need to study the ship, man. And the birds will be fine. Now, what I do want to address is these fake ass Eagle fans, the fair weather fans. This
Right.
is, bruh, we got a lot of them. Like, where they come from? Because a real Eagle fan ain't gonna say some of the stuff that they say. They just not. Especially if you've been a fan as long as we have.
So to me, I'm not disputing what you're saying. There ain't no such thing as fake Eagles fan. They just not fans. You know what I'm trying to say? That's all that is. Because the
Oh,
reason I say that
man.
is it's like they don't probably own a jersey. Next year, it's whoever wins. You know what I'm trying to say? It's
Never been
just
to the stadium.
never been to the stadium, never watched the game live. It's just like when we was growing up, like people just say, why do you don't like Michael Jordan? I don't like Michael Jordan because he beat the Sixers. Hell, I like Michael Jordan for I ain't wearing his goddamn sneakers. Hell with Michael Jordan. He wasn't a Sixer. He was a Sixer. I would, he would have been my dude. AI was our
Yeah.
man.
AI.
You know what I'm trying to say? Dr. J.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
Moses Malone.
Mm-hmm.
All
Andrew Tony. Mo
Andrew
Cheeks.
Tony. World Be Free.
World
You know what I'm
B.
saying? And
Dawkins.
Dawkins and we even
George
got to take the
McGinnis.
we even take the bums we got right now and B. Say Paul George, Maxie, BJ.
Man.
That's our team. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit about no damn Michael Jordan. I don't wear Nikes. I don't
Right.
wear Air Jordans. I don't care nothing about them. And they like I said, I just had people like, you live such a how can you even be a Chicago fan? You're called because they winning? No, you don't do that. Your team is your team. So that's why I said they ain't Eagles fans. They just you
Fans.
know, fans
Fans of
of the
whoever.
sport.
Okay.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, they ain't, they ain't Eagles fans. We don't need them. We got enough real Eagle fans. I
Right.
was in I was in Florida last weekend and Eagles fans walking around with their jerseys on.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly Greens, you know what I'm trying to say, at the airport, hollering
Right.
"Go Birds," you know what I'm saying? I ain't ran into a Cowboy fan at the Orlando airport, and he had so funny. I think I told you he was like, I was like this, oh, y'all got one, y'all got that one, and he was talking junk. And I
Mm.
said, dude, he said, we're gonna see y'all again. I said, no, y'all not. Y'all gonna see us next year
Next
when we
year.
play our when we play our division game.
Right.
That's when y'all gonna see us. Y'all not gonna see us in the playoffs because y'all ain't making the playoffs. You're like, y'all, Y'all ain't making a playoff. I said, just
Huh?
like every other Cowboy fan, y'all so delusional. Like,
Delusional. Dude, it's
I
been 30
said,
years for them, see?
I
30.
said, dude, you in here in the airport with that cowboy stuff on looking like a clown. You know what I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
say? I say, he said, well, you don't even got your team you don't even got your team bill on and stuff like that. I say, because winners, we don't have to show up in the airport and beat our chest. You know what I'm trying to
Right.
say? We winners. You know what I'm trying to say? We
We act
can
like we've been there before.
we've been there before. We
Right.
we won recently. He's talking
Mm-hmm.
about we won more championship than you. I said, yeah.
Them old
And
ass
all
friends.
of them in the Smithsonian.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Shit.
So,
The people on the
you know,
team on the Cowboys right now, most of them wasn't even born, man. Last time they
I
won the
know.
joint.
They wasn't.
That's crazy, man. You
Yeah.
talking about generations. You know what I mean? 30 years is a long time, man. It may not seem like
Mhm.
it to some, but that's a long time to not win a chip. And I know it took us like what, 50 years to actually win a Super Bowl, even though we had world champions,
Yeah.
world championships. People say that don't count because it's not a Super Bowl. But I say, shit, it was a championship. It had to start from somewhere. Just because it was back in the day, it don't matter. But I'm like, all right, it don't matter, man. We got 2 rings now. We got 2 Super Bowls. Been to 3 in the last 8 years. About to
You
go
know,
again. So,
yeah, right. You know what I was thinking? Even if you look at like what the Golden State Warriors, right?
mhm.
They took all their damn championships from Philly and you moved there.
Yeah,
Because
move to
I
San
mean,
Francisco.
they won them most of it. Well, I ain't gonna say most of them because they won a lot already. But I'm saying
Mhm.
quite a few of them championships they won in Philly.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? They just went with the team. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Whatever.
All
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
man.
Yeah, man, that was great discussion, man.
Yeah,
We kind of needed to get that shit off our chest, you
yeah,
know. Even though people, I hear it every day. Yeah, Dallas. I'm like, all right, man. It was a regular season game. It was a regular season game, man. They was throwing parties and everything, man. All right, okay, cool. Y'all got the dub. All we did was split. Y'all beat us, we beat y'all.
yeah.
But y'all 5-1, and we 8-3. Who
Yeah.
would you rather be right now?
I know. I know.
I'm just saying, man. You know
Because
what
they
I'm
need
saying?
help. They need
You
help to
know,
make the playoffs.
temper your expectations. It's been 30 since y'all won a ring. What was that? 1995? Dak been on the team now. This is 10th year. What has Dak done? He plays great in the regular season, and the bottom falls out in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. That's facts, not fiction. Fiction. It's facts. So,
Right.
yeah. So, like we always say, bro, go birds.
Go Birds.